Very good morning, my dear friends and masters, and very good afternoon, good evening to the West. Welcome to the day 35 of this Coherence program. We have been learning a lot and then fine-tuning our wisdom, and someone learning very new. But then every day is a new day, and every moment is new day, new moment. And we are on this Sunday long meditation. Always it is a joyful to do the long meditation. And let's get ready for this, to do this long meditation and learn from the wisdom from Chandra sir. Yes.
Hi friends, welcome to this meditation foundational courses from Buddhasya Quantum Foundation. You'll understand what exactly happens in meditation, what is it doing to the brain waves, what are those conscious and subconscious minds, what is the process to do this simple breath mindfulness meditation, how do you practice heart elevation process that aids in having deeper states of meditation. We understand scientifically how meditation is helping us get rid of stress, how it's helping us sleep better, how it increases our body energy, and then how meditation, most importantly, helps us increase our mental health. We explore the concepts of this, what is this quantum field, how is this creation happening, how is this energy to matter is happening, and we understand what is required to keep our thoughts in the right state to manifest a dream or desire that we are looking to have in our life. Meditation is improving our emotional intelligence. If IQ is what gets us something, gets us the job, gets us the project, gets us a relationship, EQ, our emotional quotient, is what really helps us grow. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. When I came into meditation, I came in because my younger brother, Dr. GK, was asking me to join. I tried to pursue him to not join, not continue his practice for a long time initially. But then somewhere he brought me to meet Patriji, my father and Dr. GK. We all joined for different reasons. There may be a challenge, there may be a need, maybe a health crisis, or there is an internal dissatisfaction. Or no challenge, but you join because of the pressure or push and pull. Others want to introduce it to you naturally, something better, which always happens. So I came in like that. Dr. GK used to tell me that there is a lot happening in meditation, and I used to see him. When he comes to his vacation from a medical course, and I used to see him in a corner in a room somewhere, meditating, and his body was rotating like crazy. So see that common. Either head is spinning or body is spinning. To wake up in the middle of the night, he would sit down and then be actually meditating, doing in this posture. So there is some curiosity was there. He would tell about some astral travel experiences. Used to dismiss them. But when I met Patriji, on one vacation that I came from US, Patriji, among there are about 100 plus people are there. They always gave access to everybody, didn't matter. So when I asked him a simple question, a silly question, I guess, came out of ignorance. Patriji was known to be straight shooter Zen master. Was strapped back immediately and saying, you really have to learn from this small boy. You know nothing about meditation or the process. It doesn't matter how successful you may be elsewhere, but you don't know anything. And they slapped back loudly, and there are about 100 plus people are there. And then he started walking away from there. He never entertained intellectual questions. He entertained questions from a serious practitioner. That incident where when I was shouted at among a lot of people hurt me quite a bit. I thought I was successful, but by then, about 10 years of corporate experience, reasonably very well done, including I had written some patents, working in the United States at that time. I was doing one of the best hardcore works in computer science, what I thought was really the fundamentals of computer science. They're doing that work. So I thought to myself that, okay, something we've done. But here Patriji said, you don't know anything. And he said, you don't know anything about life. So then I went home and then I shouted at my dad and then Dr. GK and said, what the hell, who did you take me to? This and that. But then Dr. GK and my dad, support system, it's important. They knew that something like this can happen because Patriji has always been very, very, very particular about your time and our time. They didn't want to waste anybody's time. If somebody is intellectually asking questions just to prove, asking questions just to fill time, he said, my time is valuable, your time is valuable, it's not waste. If you're serious, come on, and I'm ready to spend any amount of time, whether it is 1 person or 1,000. So they knew, and then his training is always to get people to do his training is pushing, he would, depending on what is required, he would cut the ego like that. He would not gradually do it. Cut it straight. If you're interested, you stay. If you're not interested, it's okay. He was very, very clear. The billions of people on the earth are there, that his message has to go to everybody. So what then, however, my brother and father, they were explaining to me, saying that this is nothing is most compassionate It's trying to get you out of any imaginary world that you may be having. Just wait, don't let it leave it. See if you can go through it. It took me 2-3 months to even come out of that event where somebody shouts at me in the face. Somewhere, something dawned inside me that if someone like that had the courage and guts to talk, in spite of knowing my dad and my younger brother very well, what is his intention? Why would he do it? And when there are at least 100 plus people going around, so something sparked inside me that I must investigate this, but not leave it. That's all I was looking for, that spark to come out from somebody so that we go and investigate. So, dear friends, I started investigating from then, started observing what's this thing. I started my investigation all around following Dr. GK's some of the experiences. And then he introduced me to another master, Paul Vijay Kumar. Then they would call me to some functions. I would go to those functions, meditation functions that were organized by Patriji. Those days, everything is physical. And reading some books, Richard Bach, Ramtha, there is a master, J.J. Knight, channeling Ramtha material. Ramtha book is about power of mind and creation. Talks about this quantum physics frequency, a lot of them long ago. So Ramtha book, and so some of these books I was reading, Deepak Chopra books, some of these books, not a lot, a little, some of them, but then carrying about my work when observing, and it took me those full 2 years to understand or jump into it, slowly observing on the side, support them monetarily, but otherwise I was not necessarily practicing. But then after observation of sufficient time, where people are only increasing by the number every day for Patriji, and Dr. GK by then finished his medical studies and came home and then put a meditation center, called it Meditation Health Clinic, and started teaching people directly, patients. People come, then he would teach, he would heal their things, or they would heal themselves through meditation and spiritual tablets, what we call it. All they was doing was, for the most part, people are sitting down and meditating. And 2 months later, they're saying that I heal this, I heal that. For the most part, 80-90% heal like that. 10% need special wisdom. That's when I jumped into this process. And then by then I was in startups. I was in startups, and the startup that we were doing was quite hectic. We raised a lot of capital. I was the first employee in that startup, had a lot of work. And so we're defining, doing many things away from family for months that time. You know, sometimes you're interested, you do anything. And so there is somewhere, unknowingly, there is work stress was there, crept in. So then I just felt at some point, I can't exactly say it's because of stress, but I felt, okay, let me jump in, and then time comes. It's always, there is some time that comes to everybody. So sometime in August 2020, August 2002, I jumped into doing a serious practice of 40-day program. So then I started exactly like this. I was doing by myself. There was no program. In that 40 days, I decided that I will go after this fully without missing it, and then extend it further significantly by gaining knowledge and wisdom and then reading. So I read a lot of books. Ordered 25 books in one shot. by that time. Top books recommended, just like how we recommended day 4 books here on day 4. Of course, the books have changed, some of them more, as we have more newer, easier, better, stronger books are there, so we replace them with the new ones. So I read all of them during the 40 days and also meditated. So something beautiful happened for me by the end of that. By the end of that, I recognized that I started loving and I was looking for going to work every day a lot more, stronger and better than before. By then, there were some challenges and issues cropping up at work in terms of how things are being managed. In the startup, there always conflicts a little bit. My fundamental feeling is that I work pretty hard, and so then if somebody did not, I would expect that they also would come and then work at a similar level, not knowing that everybody has their own pace. I didn't understand it enough. Instead, I always said, yeah, if I'm working hard, then why won't others are not delivering the same way? It gets worse when the manager is siding with others who probably are not necessarily doing it. It's not just about how much time, how hard work you're doing. It's about the harmony you bring in. It's about, you may be inspiring a bit through your hard work, but also the harmony, the life that you want to live with the rest of the team. Many factors are there for individuals in terms of the way they measure. But the biases that I saw in my lens, in my angle, were bothering me. All biases are just a lens. When we can't see what's happening the way it is, then they obviously are judging. So that is bothering me, that there is a bias out there, which is bothering me. But then the beautiful thing that happened was that when I finished this 40-day program, by the time before even that, somewhere I started dropping all that thought. I dropped the lens that I'm looking at and saying, why is he favoring the other person? Then I started enjoying going back to work. And then the beautiful thing that happened at the same time is the whole idea of the notion of stress dropped. What did happen? I used to carry and think about projecting in my mind, continuing into the evening to the dinner tables beyond it, what I'm going to do tomorrow. How to hire, how to fix it, how to design more, all of that stuff. You keep thinking, projecting. So that dropped. And so I became very light in that prep period. I was non-judgmental, becoming non-judgmental, I became light. I really liked that state. The state of being non-judgmental, becoming very light to work, going there, wanting to be there. No stress. And a few months later, and the book here, while I'm reading, the one book that helped me significantly is this Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. I read many books. It's not just one book, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. I read many books, not just one. All those 25 books, most of them I read. I at least have glanced through, and some of them I read fully end to end. But this one, so I made it everything clear to me. All answers came. The fundamental answer that explains is that we are here for our experience. By then, my whole education, everything was away from my home. I was in hostels ever since I was a 10-year-old boy. I was in hostels. And so I developed a lot of independence. At some level, I had that detachment I developed from the young age because they're definitely not there. All my relatives' parents are not there. I only meet them 3 times a year. Everything was prepared. I come from a low middle class quite a bit. My dad really worked hard. So somewhere that zeal was there that I must do the same, study well and then do But I had this deep feeling from very, very early childhood that if I prayed, I'd always say, I wish for everybody's good. By default, never recognize that I'm wishing for my good. It just used to come naturally. One sentence used to say, God help me get better, everybody get better. Just that in Telugu. నేను సుఖంగా ఉండాలి, అందరూ సుఖంగా ఉండాలి. అనేది that's how I used to say. But not really very ritual. But then because the family is doing it, I would, if I go to temple, I do that. So some of these spiritual values, if I connect back, I was seeing them, they're all there at some level. But this book is sort of explained the evolutionary process that we are here coming after again and again, and we start from where we leave from the previous life. And so then we come with an environment, and then we choose people, places, friends are there to learn, parents are there to learn, children are there to learn, spouse are there to learn. Everything is a relationship from where we learn intensely, we do our more experiences and grow. Talks about our inner nature being love, not fear. All actions are love-based, fear-based, and then you're choosing constantly one or the other. It's all about moving from fear to love. So many, many ways, this book cleared so many questions for me. Because if somebody dies, and I was just crying would not come to me naturally. And that's a problem. If you're not fitting in like anybody, then it has to be something wrong. And so this one clears so many of those questions. And so then during that time, it's a great understanding of reading, that foundation of going through these books, and really grateful to Patriji in providing all that wisdom so that you can progress faster. The books are all there. I suggested go read. All physical, so it's difficult to even meet him so regularly. So I continued my journey of reading Is This Body, Timeless Mind by Deepak Chopra, Illusion by Richard Bach that time. Swami Rama, Living with Himalayan Masters, definitely was there. As I was reading and continuing the books, and then meditation practice, and 4 months later, something more beautiful happened. The initial foundation is important for, and something beautiful happened. So there, my health, one of the challenges, which I accepted, didn't bother to even heal, because they're going on for 5-6 years, my ear problem, which were always bothering me to travel by flight. Since many, many experts in the United States have told ENT specialists that this is not possible to be healed, that my ears don't get decongested or unblocked pretty quickly when you come down from a high place, like a flight down. I don't know, when you go drive up to a mountain coming down, the ears won't get unblocked. And so there's always pressure that there is to lead to pain and infection by the next day. So it's to dread that fear. It's pretty painful. That problem, for which I used to carry medication and medicines regularly. And then here in this meditation process, I was hearing from hallways, you heal your body. Your body has the capability to heal yourself. Be a light unto yourself. All these statements you're reading in the pamphlets that every now and then I used to see. A great way that Patriji was spreading meditation was to see that the pamphlets are printed in languages and they're distributed. Door-to-door delivery. You go door to door and they give a pamphlet and go. And so many people came through this pamphlet. So many got influenced. I got influenced by looking at a pamphlet. You heal yourself. Be a light unto yourself. Be a light unto yourself. Apo Dipo Bhava. Pali language. Gautama Buddha. Po means to yourself. Dipo means the light. Bhava. Be that.
So I had this thing that, okay, you can heal yourself, body heals. And on the other side, so I had this challenge, medical challenge. So what happened was that I flew the next time, 4 months later. This ears used to get blocked every time I take a flight, and then coming down it to lead to pain and infection. It didn't occur. I went to so many medical experts for 4 years from every city to city in West Coast of the United States. Didn't solve. One conclusion, it is a bent nasal canal. It cannot be healed. You have to live with it for the whole lifetime. And then 4 months later, here I am. That thing did not occur to me, that condition. I felt pretty great, of course, as liberating, because I knew how much pain I was going through. So I sort of withdrew from that concept that, okay, this is, I got to live with it. I didn't even bother that there could be a solution, because you believe just very naturally. Whatever you think is authority. So here, medical science being the authority of the body, authority is naturally, yes, that's probably what it is. So I didn't bother to look for a cure solution, because it happens once in 3 months or once in 2 months when I do this travel. So, okay, fine, I'll bear with it. Unknowingly withdrawing from my travel, which means unknowingly impacting my career at some point. But this helped heal. I didn't believe it. So next time I said, I'm not going to even think about medication, but I'll go. And the third time I mustered courage to drop medication, I went. No medication next time. I said, I got to prove to myself if I can really live without it, it was true. And it happened. So that's how I decided from that point that no, I can heal my body. It happened every time. So it was strong enough for me to believe. My life approach and then the way I'm living changed. So I made a decision that time that I must journey into this. And if you want to be more learning more about it, so then be close to the masters. So I spent a long time. Every time I had an opportunity with Dr. GK at my family members, we used to spend time into the late nights, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We do satsang on various topics. You read books, there's so much in there, satsangs. Several nights I spent like that. That's the time I met Sai's Kripasaga. They became family friends. So we were carrying it. Friday comes, we were just camping at their home or our home. We would discuss into the night. Some book or the other, some concept or the other, something that we heard. The satsangs were happening. So it's giving us clarity more and more. Overcoming fates of death, overcoming the concept of ghosts is not there. What is hell and heaven? Are they really existing? Are they made up? Total clarity that everything is safe and good on the other side. There isn't anything called ghost, there isn't anything called heaven, there isn't called hell. It's all what we make out of in our minds. There are lower worlds. What happens when you have alcohol, when you take drugs? What happens when you do meditation? What's the difference? Why is that some people go into these states and then there is everything that clarity was coming by reading and reading and reading. Is there anything called wrong and right? Is everything is a relative and absolute? What is wrong and right? Came to the conclusion the only thing that's wrong is to hampering the progress of somebody's or something's life. Everything is a free will being. So all of this understanding led me to do a free life. But then what I decided to continue to have the journey. So I jumped into do service with Pyramid Valley International. It is not Pyramid Valley then. Patriji had this vision, the grandmasters. We all have visions. We all reveal to ourselves that something is going to happen for you. So he had this vision that there is a mega pyramid coming up in Bangalore. He saw a big pyramid. And so then Paul Vijay Kumar, one of the core followers that time, asked if I would be interested. I'm sure my younger brother suggested my name. Interested in doing this as one of the members of the board. And so I readily agreed. wanting to learn more. It may be a different story for Vani, that if I go into spiritual practice, I was at that point 33. You go to the spiritual practice, prime time, and you are going in, so God knows what happens. You will just slowly leave the family or what, or put all your money into it. There are a lot of concerns will always be there. That's the biggest hesitation for anybody, is to, when you're taking spiritual practice in the early years, you think that you're renouncing. The biggest myth, especially in India, is that spiritual practice means renouncing life. But it is, we know now, it is the most beautifully lived life. Most beautifully. And so I took to that service with Pyramid Valley International and dear friends. My journey beautifully continued when I took to the service of establishing this mega pyramid at Bangalore with few other trustees. One of the best decisions I've taken. That helped me to stay in the practice forever, continuously. You commit to people about what you want to do. And then every time I did some work, and I did all kinds of works. Being a construction engineer for some time, being a technologist, because you work on volunteers, you're looking for best possible way to do the justice to the donation that come, and your aspirations are huge in building large projects. I worked as a construction engineer, as a secretary, to write letters, to write brochures, just convening meetings among the trustees, sorting any differences, putting presentations, and then making reports, organizing functions. So many things that I was doing in this whole process as a trustee, as a secretary, the managing trustee for Pyramid Valley International. But just every time we built it up bigger and bigger and bigger, every time it grew, great sense of satisfaction. Every time people came, and I remember initial days, there were no accommodation. So we just asked people to come, Patriji train, and the intention to learn. So they would come and then just sleep in the nature right there. Under the trees, they just come with a blanket and sleep. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people would come and just sleep, no accommodation, small huts here and there for some. But just people sleeping in the open nature, and then wake up again, meditate, listen to others' wisdom. All of this motivated me enough that there is so much going on that we can contribute. So the whole service taught me to be humble, to continue to learn, stay inspired. In spite of my work, which was seriously being carried out at a senior level in the company, but I continued. Many experiences, then moving from body-mind experiences to, then I practiced past lives, regressions of breath work, Dr. Jody's business programs, and I'll talk about some of the mystical experiences that I had during this process in another day. One of the most profound experiences that I had in a week-long program with Dr. Jody Spencer was that I was seeing myself. Every time you have an experience, a spiritual experience, you are connecting into a different plane. And you connect to a different plane of a different frequency, then that experience is so different because it's not what you ever can think of and seeing here. And so then it releases you from your attachment to the physical plane. We all by default tied to this physical plane, and so then experience of the physicality. But the plane, we got attached to this plane, the frequency of the plane. And every time you have a higher experience, then you're released off this and then you go more towards it. It's going to happen. That wholeness experience we all feel every day is one such thing. When we feel that wholeness, that emptiness, that connection, It is one such thing that moves us in towards that, and then less of here. So the experiences, one of them was that I was seeing myself as most profound for me as a four-headed person of infinitely large size. Infinitely large size of a four-headed person. One person completely blissful in the Shakahara chakra. Another person in Ajna is absolutely as with a not Ajna here in the throat area. A person who is that I'm seeing four people inside me and then infinitely large, who is with an infinitely long hands, healing happening. People are coming in and healing is happening. Infinite large size is the answer. There is infinity. And then that's what we're seeing. One completely blissful, not bothered about what's happening to anything else. Another side, there's a lot of healing happening in the hands. Another side, there's another headed person within a lot of windows of TVs where people are coming, life is springing joyfully. New plants, new trees, babies, and then playing and games and life, celebration. It's all happening. These three clearly as people, three big-headed people. It's like three people, one above the other, just merged into each other. There's so many things that are simultaneously I was seeing. I'm aware that something is happening. I'm seeing simultaneously. Then another one that I didn't see the vision, but I saw some kind of feeling in the lower center, in the stomach area. There's a lot of violence, a lot of sadness, a lot of all kind of challenges of what people are going through, crying, sufferings, intense amount of suffering, fire, the communal violences. Everything is being seen. Everything I'm seeing there. In many, many ways I'm seeing there. The life springing up is like, some infinite windows of TVs where different scenes are going on, springing up of life. The answer is, the word is infinite. So then I understood, I came out, I understood that I'm seeing in me the huge suffering that happens, then the huge life that's being created constantly, the healing that's happening, and then you go beyond to be blissful no matter what. All of them, we have the ability to simultaneously experience. Experience this simultaneously. At what size? Infinite form. And so that thing, I knew it's a gamma experience. It is something that rewrites your brain circuits for next 30 days. Next 30 days, I was somewhere, something was happening to transform deeply. It happens. So when these, by then, of course, I skipped a lot of them, and how in my IBM, I was able to introduce meditation, the stories some other day. But this experience profoundly changed me. And then my intentions to introduce meditation to the corporates was strongly getting stronger. I've done a lot of work at IBM by that time. Applied the manifestation principles firsthand from a company to get acquired significantly. It went through challenges, opportunity to apply the principles. And so here this experience just cemented everything that I wanted. I think it prepared me for doing what I'm doing significantly. 2020, January is where I felt this experience. Then some more, becoming a healer, my body becoming magnets, like, strong to be able to send energy. Some of that experience in meditation, all of that sort of prepares. For 1 month, I was not me. It does happen when you are rewriting very brain circuits about the way you think and feel about environment and people, everything. And so then Buddhasya Quantum Foundation, in the least expected way, started. So we are here practicing meditations together. So then when Buddhasya Foundation started, this 40-day program just dawned on me. It all just comes through. All these quotients and all of that are just downloaded in 2 programs that have kept expanding and then looking into the topics. the how of it in many ways that is being told. The process of doing it and then why it's happening is being told is something that we're doing. Then what to do go forward is something that we're learning. So we organized into things that I've known as a 40-day program for youth, smaller. But then the whole manifestation, everybody has dreams, so wanted to go detail into it. So that's where we do a 2-day programs. We do this 40-day program. There are a lot of beginner programs, a 40-day program, and a 2-day programs. And then that's not enough. Then I felt what I'm going through, what I went through in that 6-day program of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Then I went through a 5-day program for Leonard Orr. I went through a 6-day program of Dr. Newton in the past. And I went through these programs, and I went through Patriji's several 4 or 5 days of this Dhyana Jagath, where you do long meditations, you back-to-back learn wisdom. And then whatever that I was going through, then I wanted to really get this, and so that's how this advanced meditation retreat started. The advanced meditation retreat is about fundamentally looking into ourselves deeply. It is, of course, brings all the concepts, but it is about going deeper and deeper into meditation practice to see if we can get into such an experience of another dimension. Many have done so. Many go through that, they connect with their higher intelligence. The notion of the reason for this meditation retreat is about knowing ourselves, getting the clarity. So many people come and go with the clarity. But the clarity comes with the moment we realize something and the issue they're looking for. How it is coming, can't tell. The clarity, some heal deeply, or at least make a preparation for body to heal. So advanced meditation retreat, I do my best to get people to go through these long meditations, morning to night. Build upon it one after the other, so that by the time you finish, you have this ability to meditate for longer, 3, 4, 5 hours. Reinforcing some concepts, of course, introducing some new concepts of how you communicate with the body. Visualizing and dreaming to the best possible way. When you move your body, you not only sit down, but you walk around and move your body. Something I learned from Dr. Joe. And so everything that I experienced, I wanted to have that level of experience. And so this 5 or 6 day program is that answer to go through it. And if that is a sign that is telling that 5 days later, you invariably can be a different person. And then I understood why Patriji always insisted that multi-day programs, and then you will look for 4 or 5 days more typically. We organizers would try to just say, no, we can't do 4 days, it's long, 5 days is long, too much expense, and we pull back. Whereas he would say, he would laugh at it and then go off, because ultimately leave it to the group to organize it, whatever they decide. He knew deep inside that if somebody gives 5 days of their time, and then they will have a lot more different, they'll become different personality at the end of 5 days. And he knew that meditation is sufficient. Our long meditations, Sundays are an attempt of the same. We have to go into the long meditations. If you want to know, if you want to connect to the field, to experience your whole, and then every time experience your whole, you're rewriting some circuits in your brain to get inspired more. That is coupled with wisdom, dear friends. Sure is going to get us there. That add with some service, then you are making it a lot more stronger, because you are in the middle of a spiritual circuit service. Serious circuit, that you're in the middle of a serious spiritual circuit, because people are coming to service have intense desire to excel in that field. Let's go into our meditation, dear friends. We're doing today our Sunday long meditation. We'll do a manifestation process, dreaming about the future. We always said it, your intentions are, you intend for yourself without even knowing, unconsciously. I wish I have it is an intention. You placed it to You go to the other end of where you have a mind movie, you construct a mind movie of future experiences and you visualize and dream about it. Different levels of importance at different stages of life. And if something is very, very important for you, then you would do that. You would visualize and dream. As you evolve, you recognize that what is most important is always there in front of you. And so you are doing this natural imaginary dreaming process most naturally during your daytime, every now and then. You don't even necessarily need a meditation process to do it. We do this dreaming constantly. So visualization is exactly that instead we are adding to do it immediately after breath mindfulness meditation. So visualize and dream about something that we all do constantly. Visualization is a way you create, you are a co-creator. You create things that are dear to you, things that are dear to or equal to your purpose. That talk about it tomorrow as part of a 6th week tomorrow. For those who are joining and going through the Coherence program. Otherwise, today's meditation, dear friends, is observing our breath to go into the emptiness, Ana-Pana-Sati, for a long time. We start with heart elevation, then breath mindfulness meditation, and then we are visualizing and dreaming of a future, connect with the future by visualizing actively living a future experience. You form your goal, live your future experiences, and then we lie down, we express gratitude and come out. Relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably, relax your body. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area with a slow, long, relaxing breath. With your attention on your sacred heart. Feel your beautiful heart. Feel the seat of all emotions, which is nurturing all life with its energies of love, gratitude, compassion. recollect an experience from your past, from your present, or from your mind movie of the future, where you felt enormous love, compassion, kindness. Relive that moment and feel that energy. Relive that moment and feel that energy and allow yourself to direct that energy onto everything and everybody on this planet Earth to help them heal. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Feel it, dear friends. Relive that moment. Intend to help heal everybody and everything with that energy of love. Love is the way, gratitude, compassion are all the ways to become coherent, to become one. become aware of the emptiness, that void inside of you, all around you. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy with infinite possibilities and opportunities. the field of creation, everything originates from this nothingness and merges back into it. This field of emptiness. The more you stay aware of this emptiness, the more you tune in to these energies, stay aware of that emptiness, that blackness, that void inside of you, all around you. Everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field as energy. The more you are with it, the more you draw into those experiences in your life. Friends, as we are merging to this emptiness, the quantum field of possibilities, it gives a great opportunity to connect and create a new future. Come on, friends, our thoughts are stronger, a higher emotion in your body, the stronger you signal the quantum field to manifest that future. Come on, friends, I would like you to affirm your goals. Affirm your goals to your friends. With excitement, affirm, dear friends, your goals with excitement. And let this field know that these are important for you. Dear friends, affirm whatever is important for you. And as you affirm your goals, I'd like you to affirm any empowering beliefs that help you manifest these goals into your life. Your empowering beliefs, one by one at this time, affirm them and declare to this field, but this is your new way of living. And now, I'd like you to imagine and dream of the future experiences. Every bit of your mind movie. What choices are you making in this new life? Come on, friends. I want you to dream. I want you to live that future with that heightened emotion and expression in your body, dear friends. friends, this is for you. You are the architect of your future. Experience it, dear friends. Dream more about it. How are you making decisions in this new life? Feel it. Feel that confidence. Feel that liberation, the freedom to operate. Experience more, dear friend. Let your imagination flow. Let there be no doubt about it. Let there be no uncertainty, dear friends. Who is benefiting from you in this new life? Come on, friends, feel that joy of helping. Can you feel that gratitude from people? That appreciation, how does it feel, dear friends? I want you to experience that future, every bit of that future. Feel it in every cell of your body. Remember, you're priming your subconscious, you're signaling the quantum field. The stronger your emotion, the clearer your intent in your mind, dear friends, the stronger you signal the genes to upregulate. You signal the field to bring it into your physicality. Dream more. Experience more of that future. Live more. Believe in it more, dear friends. Connect with it more. Enjoy more. This is for you, dear friends. Whatever you wish, whatever you dream, you create. Relax, dear friends. Relax. Every feeling, emotion, every intent is energy. Let your body synthesize these energies. Let this quantum field organize this future for you, and then to bring it into your physicality at the right time and place. Let it go and surrender. Recognize that the future is manifesting with certainty. I'd like you to take quick short breaths and deeply relax. Breathe in through your mouth, breathe in through your nose, and breathe out through your mouth. Here you go, dear friends. Inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, hold your breath, hold your breath. Exhale. Feel that, dear friends, that's energy in your brain. That's energy. Relax into it. Relax. And lie down, dear friends, wherever you are. Without disturbing your meditation, quickly lie down. And feel the weight of the body on the floor, on the mattress. Take a comfortable posture. And let your body absorb these energies. And allow yourself to drift away into the emptiness of this universe and deeply rest and relax and be a witness and observe whatever you may experience as you relax. Slowly, bring your awareness back to your whole new body, to your new environment, with an excitement and certainty that a new future is unfolding for you from this very moment. Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you have connected your future. Enjoy that experience. I will repeat this process. If you loved it, repeat this process. So thank you very much. And Ratnavir?
Thank you so much for the wonderful meditation and sharing your experience as well, your meditation experience. And dear friends and masters, gratitude is the highest state of receivership. And Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation is run by purely by non-profit, is a non-profit organization. And it is run by the donations that we have been receiving from everyone. And today, I would like to thank for the donors who contributed between 1st September to 8th September. The donor's name, bronze sponsor, Rakesh Jalumne, and for the donors who have contributed more than 5,000, Saurabh Kumar Mishra, Saumya, MTK Textiles Private Limited, Rita Upa, Ashok Kumar Mittalji, Devika Kohale, Senimalaji, Ratnavel, Vijay Sarthi, Kalyan Madala, Rajani Shetty. It's not the amount that matters, but the meaning behind the donation that matters, right? Your support really helps the expansion of our free youth meditation programs, as you witnessed how youths are getting benefited. And your support also, helping many senior citizens and to run through all the free meditation programs. And thousands of participants are improving their physical and mental health. So, and we incur, as a non-profit organization, primarily relies on the donations that to run our meditation programs, publications, and our operations. And additionally, we support several projects that teach and create awareness about meditation. So please do contribute and make your contribution, and do not wait for the time that, okay, let me do it next month or sometime once I get something. So put an intention and it is just a click away how to donate. And you can donate through, by visiting the site buddhaceo.org/donate. All right. So please make your contribution, valuable contribution that always really, it creates a lot of impact. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rathanveer. Always a heartfelt gratitude to everyone who is coming together, coming forward in many ways, and to especially all the donors who are supporting us regularly, consistently. So thank you very much, dear friends. For those of you who are in the Coherence program, we have completed 5 weeks. Last week, if we have learned all of it, and then the end goal of everyone's life is to align to the plan, the purpose, the design that we come here with, to live into it, live with it. That's when our creation will be the best. Our joy will be the most deepest. And without an exception, it's always a purpose for everyone and anyone. We'll always move towards taking care of the larger self, the whole self. Because that's the highest level of happiness that one seeks and experiences. We serve your body, we serve our mind, we serve our intellect, we serve our individual self, but then we serve the whole, because we are that. And so we'll understand what it means to be living with our purpose. And then the aspect of service are taking care of our whole self. Next week is the final week. And then we conclude the program with sharings from each of you of how you did it, how you felt, and what you're going to do next. And of course, Foundation always has many programs that I was alluding to this morning, but I'll lay them out one of the days tomorrow, day after, about various levels of them. Advanced meditation retreat being the pinnacle of it, and the pinnacle of what we do, to moving somebody into their greatness, to help them see the real self. So thank you very much. So in essence, I'm saying there is continuity of the programs for sure for each of us as we finish the program, but let's go through a 6 week next week. We completed 3 years officially in August, so we are celebrating that. One of the days on 13th Wednesday morning, we have our mentors coming in to just recap what the foundation has done in these 3 years. So we'll do that too as part of this next week program. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and weekend.